Hello, this is James Marland with Online Business Office Solutions, and I'm going to give you my presentation on Kill Ideas Early. Do your product research with your customers before investing the time and money you don't have. The reason I'm doing this presentation is I am doing some market research on some customers and some ideas, and I've had some iterations with my product and my ideas over time. The first idea was about a month, I'd say, and it took me, working every day for a month on a product that didn't really show any fruition. I didn't have any customers. I didn't have any newsletter signups. I had limited interaction, social media. It took me about a month to get there. Then I had another idea and I said, well, let's push down on this one idea and niche it and find some niching. And after about a week of market research and talk and going to some web pages, I realized I just don't have the time to get into that market. I have the experience, I have the knowledge, but to compete with some of the competitors, I'd need like 5 years, and I don't have 5 years. I have about five months of a runway for time. So then I started thinking, well, let's see, what could I do today? And one of the things I like to do is create courses. I like to make PowerPoints and take ideas and put them on paper. And I was thinking, my last career was with therapists, and a lot of therapists have content and webinars and courses and trainings that are in their heads, and they put them on paper. So I was thinking, is that an idea? Is that a viable idea to create a program to help them? So instead of working on something for a month and deciding it wasn't going to work, I needed to do some market research. So some of these ideas come from Joe Sanic, especially his episode 664 of his Practice of the Practice podcast. I was there in attendance in the webinar that came from, and he detailed a process of getting some customer information. So I'll go over that. He's also the author of the book Thursday's the New Friday, and so then the other two books that some of these ideas came from are the Lean Startup and the Startup J Curve, and I'll get into that. But they've been instrumental in thinking about this product the exploration. So they're from the Lean Product, Lean Startup book. This product loop was really crystal clear in that book, that you build a product, you measure the product, you measure what the market says about it, you measure what the customers say about it, really the foot traffic, the response, not a response, what happens. You have some data that you measure, then you learn from that data, and then you build your next iteration. So it's build, measure, learn, build, measure, learn, build, measure, learn. And I'm just like, this is great, because a lot of my fear in starting is like, well, I got to build the perfect product. And if you're not figuring out what the customers want, you're not learning, and then you're not building, like you're wasting time. So I'm like, this is great, build, measure, learn. However, you tip it on your head, and you make this product hypothesis. You don't just build something. You have to have some sort of hypothesis. So what do you want to learn? In my situation, I want to learn, is there a market for creating courses for therapists that I can make a living on? If I needed 700 customers for what they were willing to pay, then I would need to tweak my hypothesis. But so, what do I want to learn? How am I going to measure what I learn? And what am I going to build that I can produce the data that I need? So, what do I want to learn? I want to know, is there a market for course content creation for therapists? How am I going to measure what I learn? Well, I'm going to do some research and do a survey. What am I going to build? Well, I'm going to build that survey. So in this product hypothesis, my first thing I'm going to do is market research. Why am I going to do market research? Next slide. Because I don't want to spend a year of my life on a product that nobody wants. Like, I already spent a month doing something that I thought I could do, and there was crickets. The market told me, you don't have enough experience, you don't have enough clout, you don't have a reputation, you can't do that. I want to spend my moments, my money, my mind on something that people want. So we got to do some product research. So this comes to the episode 664 of Joe Sanek. I do recommend you, whether you're a therapist or a virtual assistant or somebody selling to business, that you go listen to his process of doing some product research. It's wonderful. It's not salesy. Well, I'll explain it. So you want to do some research. You want to figure out what the problem is, what their pain point is, a product that would solve that, and the price they'd be willing to pay for it. In the words of Zig Ziglar, that is market or need analysis and need assessment. I think that's what it was. Let me make sure. It's need awareness or need analysis and need awareness. This section it's not about sales. We're not providing them the solution. We are just identifying and doing some analysis on the problem and making sure they're aware of their problem, because we haven't developed anything yet. At the end, we might ask them, would you be willing to give me your email so I can give you the results of this research? That's what I'm planning on doing. And in that, I can produce the solution and say, hey, this is what I think it would cost to produce the problem that you need solved. What do you think? So that's the call to action. But right now we're doing some analysis and awareness. So problem inquiry. What's their problem? You need to get some data from people and just ask them, is this a problem for you? How I plan on phrasing it is, would you be willing to share your opinions on, and then say content creation for therapists, or some sort of beginner idea. Most people love to give their opinion. They have something, they've had thoughts on it, they have some opinions on what's going on. So if you phrase it this way, and like, I don't have a sales pitch, I am just trying to do some market research, can you give me your opinion on whatever idea or problem you're trying to solve? You wouldn't come up to them and say, I have this thing with all these features, do you want to buy it? That's not what we're doing here. It's not a sales call. It's open-ended questions to discover their problems. And as you talk and inquire and probe about their problems in this area, you might uncover variations. I'm assuming, and this is what I'm going to test with my hypothesis, that I'm going to get some ideas that I hadn't thought about. For example, with course creation, I was just thinking maybe they wanted to develop courses that they could sell, right? So that's passive income. But maybe they want to deliver courses as a community service, or maybe they have a webinar that they've done over and over again, like an intro webinar that they would like to put into a course, or maybe there's some staff training. Like, I'm just going to assume that there's going to be some ideas and variations on the problem that I haven't thought about, that they're going to make me aware of. They're going to help me analyze the problem. Next is pain inquiry. So what's stopping you? Like, so you have this issue, you have this problem, and this is sort of like the awareness, like what's stopping you? How would you feel if this was solved? Why are you invested in this issue? You've made them aware that there's a problem, but what is going on behind the scenes to solve the issue? And sometimes the pain is not just like, oh, I want to make money, right? I mean, I think everybody wants to make money, but the ultimate solution is not money. It's not the money that they want. It's what the money provides. Maybe it's security. Maybe it's vacation. Maybe it's that home that they've wanted. If it was my son, it'd be that Dodge Hellcat that he really wants. Like if I was trying to sell something to him, I'd be like, well, why do you want that money? Well, it's because it's for what the money does. So dig a little deeper, find their pain point. You're probably going to find some inferiority. Why haven't they solved it? Because they feel like, well, who am I to release these online courses? Or I don't have time. So, but you're just listening to the pain. The next slide here is product inquiry. So now you've done some analysis and awareness, and now you're getting them to identify, what would they need to solve this problem? What help them dream? What features do you want to overcome this problem? What would be the ideal product for you? We're not talking about like price. We're not talking about features, but what do you the individual need for just your product? And then what's the desired outcome? I think that's important. What do you hope this accomplishes? I think sometimes business owners are great at saying, I want something. And in their head, they know they know that last step. I want it to do this. I want the outcome of this, but they might not spell it out. So get them to tell you what the desired outcome is. So you're just inquiring about the features, and then the next thing is price. What would you pay for this type of service, the project you described? What pricing model works for you? Like, is month to month something you want? A lump sum by the year? What is the price? And then the last question, which Joe Sanak brought out, which I thought was brilliant in this podcast: if the price was doubled, what would need to be included? So this gets at to the core. Like, if the price was really high, what do you have to have? What would be a deal breaker if you missed this feature? And then you close with, would you be willing to sign up? Would you be willing for me to send you the link and an email address so that you can get the information at the end of this survey? I can tell you what came of it. And so what this does for the person doing some research really early on is it helps you make a product decision. You get actionable data, and you couple it with intellectual honesty, and you decide, does this idea have legs, or should I, kill it early before I invest the money, my mind, my moments into things that are not they're not going to produce fruit? Am I producing a product without a problem? Do I have a great, did I execute well for something nobody really wants to buy, or there's no need? So that's the intellectual honesty. And as I told you, that's what I'm going to be doing soon. Is I'm going to be calling up my friends and the people I've been working with. I had like 70, 80 businesses that I worked with. Most of them were therapists or psychologists. Going to ask them, do you have content? Do you have a problem with content? Do you have what's your thoughts and feeling on course creation for therapists? And see if this idea has legs. Time is not your friend. This is from Howard Love. That's the J curve, the startup J curve. Time is not your friend. It's honesty is just get the data, be intellectually honest with yourself, and determine should I kill this product or should I go on with it. So my name's James Marland. Follow up with me on Online Business Office Solutions. I'd love to chat with you. I also have a Facebook page and Instagram page where I share some quick tips. Look me up there. And thanks for watching.